So this video is recorded on the 7.2.5 PTR. It's the meme build that everyone's going to be running because it's apparently good on everything, except for fights where you need thrash braces, and so almost every fight. So if it's got, you can get free loot off the vendor. It's got tier 20 gear. The set I'm using at the moment is about 9-10 eye level. The meme legendaries are the gloves, Wild Shapers, Clutch, and the new Solve the Forest Ring, Solve the Arch Druid. Somebody at Blizzard probably had an orgasm when they're like, solve them there! So I think this is my first attempt. Yeah, I remember eating and then just yellowing. So I haven't played too much with this. I did make some changes to the opener though, because the Sims were wrong. Why did we ever believe them? Maybe I should explain that. So if you shift out of cat form, then your Ashmane's Frenzy gets cancelled. So you need to cast like 2 abilities before you hard cast, which you'll usually cast at least 1. Anyway, I don't use that opener anyway. I just use the normal 5 combo points SR opener here. I think I have about 37% crit with all the buffs up. So you'll notice this gameplay is a lot faster than the previous patch, just because of all the energy returns. So I'm gonna open this boss, Raider's training dummy, I suppose. Open with Rake, go to 5 CP, use SR, go to 2 CP, and then it ends up being 3, I think, and then Ashmane's Frenzy plus Rip, and then just do the rotation from there. Rip is longer. It's instead of being 16 seconds, it's about 21 seconds with a maximum duration of 27. The pandemic's lifted from 4-point-something seconds to 6-point-something seconds, but I don't really use the pandemic too much here because instead of refreshing at 10 seconds like in the previous patch, I refresh between 10 and 14, unless there's a reason I can go to pandemic, which isn't that often. I play pretty safe here, I think. And then there's just lots of FB. Alright, here we go.
Dance, dance, revolution!
There's also a new trinket that spits out little orbs. It's a mastery passive trinket, and when it procs you get some agility. You pick up the orbs to extend the timer. That's the cool Dance Dance Revolution aura. So this particular rip I skipped and went for FB because I was going to refresh it in Tiger's Fury anyway, and I had a bit of Ashmane's Rip. Here there's a bit of lag on the PTR, but here I opted to cast the Rake instead of letting it drop off so you get inside the Tiger's Fury. Probably a mistake, but PTR lags. Basically, whenever I'm above 14 seconds, I go for FB, unless I know that I can get a Rip in the next Tiger's Fury. I think I did a bit of menuing here as well in this attempt, so it does look a bit silly because I actually open up the DPS meters to look at my Ashmane's Rip uptime. There's the weak aura again. Pretty cool shenanigans. I believe that because this is actually the engine trinket is probably worse than a stat stick because I don't think it has 50% uptime, which is what you need for it to be equivalent to a stat stick of that eye level. But when you do heroic, it's going to be an easy way to get a higher level stat stick equivalent. So why not? Why not practice it? When we tie, I don't pay too much attention to pandemic here. I just go for things. Except for Rake. Rake, I pretty much pandemic every single time. So hopefully this will be a shorter video than last time. So in here, I'm pretty sure I'm going to refresh rip. Yeah, I do. And then I should use the shadow meld rake there, but I know I hit it, but it didn't work. So I was like, oh, this is just a normal rake. Okay. FB here because of the Ashmead's rip. So this one should be a refreshed rip. Yeah, it is. Although this looks similar, but with a lot more FBs thrown in. And the build I'm using at the moment, I prefer crit over mastery, which means my DPS is it's pretty good. I mean, considering that I think I have 9-10 equipped, but because all the tier pieces are in main slots, my actual stats are lower. So I'd be like in 907 or something gear, but I'm doing like 1.1 to 1.2 million on the dummy with that execute. So the force set's pretty strong, and the ring combo with it is pretty good as well. So here's the second berserk, which came around quickly enough because I didn't talk as long as last time. I think I said last time you want to try and make sure you have a full rip going into one of these berserks, which is pretty much what I'm doing here. It doesn't matter as much with the setup. I could have FB'd here and then, still got another rip within this window because basically you don't have that many free GCDs in the spec. And in berserk you just energy cap the entire way through. So this is going to be a rip, and then you go for and even though it's only 7 seconds, like, oh, but I really want the Ashmead's rip to be super buffed with everything. So let's just see if I get it, and then I shred straight away afterwards because I'm gonna have a buff for rake. With this particular spec, you usually waste a predatory swiftness or two when you refresh SR because you don't want to. There's no point casting predatory swiftness to buff a double S shred. You just don't do it in the spec. I think I might have done it in this video, but it's wrong. You wouldn't do it because you just got too much energy, man. And you want the extra Ashmead's rip and combo point generation unit with berserk. I mean, there's the god Ashmead's rip because I'm a god. I don't look like a fool. FB, and I think I finished this because of the same rule I used last time. It's between 10 and 14-ish, so I refresh rip here. Some more FB, and then I should refresh rip in the next TF. Here we go. Yeah, buddy. Collect the Dance Revolution orbs. Put the timer here this time so I don't go over 5 minutes like a scumbag. Here's another refresh. So it just kind of works that you refresh rip at approximately 50% of the max timer. I think it just felt right when I did it. I'm sure there'll be some simulator that goes, no, you have to refresh it at 27 seconds, which is the maximum time, or something silly. And then we'll go, ooh. I think you can see Ashmead's rip uptime is a lot higher, 78%. I think 65 to 70% of the damage here is actually bleed damage. I didn't check, but I did another attempt, I think a couple of days ago. I haven't had that much experience on PTR this cycle. I haven't done any bosses on PTR. This is, I think, I've spent about maybe half an hour on this and just figuring out stuff. I think one of the big changes is when you approach Tiger's Fury, you want to make sure you dump all your energy just into shred, even if you over cap. So yeah, I just dumped it there. That's good because you just over cap like crazy. Oh, I'm actually already finished, which is good. There's damage breakdown. I think I had 95% rip, 97 rake, like 75 maybe Ashmead's rip if I had to guess. Yeah, 76. You can see there's a lot of FB damage because of all the extra energy. I don't think I have any super useful tips for now, so that's the end of this video. Probably after the tier's over, I'll do a run through. I think I did 1.11. How much did I do here? Yeah, 1.11 million, no execute. It's pretty juicy, and there's like another 25-ish eye levels to get in this gear set. It's about 27% damage, 28%, no, 26, 20, 27% damage, what's that? So that'll be 1.4 million. Yeah, so that's lines up with the sim, so 1.4 million, I think, is the mythic sim. So that lines up, except I did the DPS without the execute, for whatever reason. The sims probably need a touch up, because I'm assuming at this point there's still things they can do to the sim to make it better with this particular setup. Yes, okay, anyway, that's a quick preview, I guess. Or if you're watching this months later and going, why does this setup do so much damage, and what am I meant to do, and everything I said was correct and I have to update this video, then wow, we did it, team. Alright, bye.